So you're going to see a session. This again is an edited session. I think it's maybe a half hour altogether.
Yeah, I think so.
And this was a session that took place at Our Lady of the Lakes Community Counseling Service. So just a couple things to say about it. You're going to see, we use for those of you who aren't familiar, we use a co-therapy training model there. So you're going to see two therapists in the room. We do that because, not because we necessarily see that as a better way to do therapy. We do that because we want to maximize opportunities for our graduate students to be in the room with clients. So this doubles the opportunities because we do it as a co-therapy thing. The two therapists here, Sean was a doctoral student, and Brandy was a master's student, and you're going to see Sean having most of the conversation. This was Brandy's first or at most second session that she'd ever done. So it's mostly you're going to be hearing from Sean. The client is a young man about 20 years old. I just want to say this because it's relevant, that they came to the clinic early that morning. He was driven there by his mother and his girlfriend, who is also the mother of his child. And I don't remember what was going on that morning, except that we couldn't see him right away. We told them that we would be able to see him that morning, but it probably would be like an hour and a half or so, and they could either wait in the waiting room or they could come back. And they chose to go and then come back, so they came back, and you're going to see the session. I'm telling you that because it's going to become relevant later on.
And now that we've got all the paperwork stuff out of the way, I'm just really wanting to know what made you decide to come into counseling today.
I went off earlier.
Okay.
Been having problems,
Okay.
with jobs and stuff.
Okay.
I can't. I have a daughter and I can't. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
I had two jobs tonight and they both fired me from them.
Oh, okay.
And like, basically I'm in a hole and I just can't deal with it.
Mm-hmm. And you said that earlier you went off.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell me a little bit about that?
I ignore my wife and my daughter. And
Oh.
I kind of just, I leave and I go on my own and and I don't come back because I don't feel like I feel ashamed because I can't make enough money right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I call my mom and my mom really can't help me in anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I totaled my car. A bunch of stuff happened.
Oh my goodness! So you have a lot of things going on, and it seems like all at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it didn't happen all at once. It happened like in a month period.
Oh, okay.
And like, I tried to get my friend to help me cut yards to get a business going. And like,
Mm-hmm.
I gave him half of the money. He split with the other half, and I got to finish the yard. And it's not like one house. It's like an acre yard that person has.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just feel like the world screwed me over, and
Mm-hmm.
like I yelled earlier, and I told my wife and my mom to just leave me alone. And it took me here.
Okay.
Because I listened to them and I'd rather not go off. Because I used to be a cutter and I used to cut myself and stuff. I'd rather not do that anymore. Since my daughter was born, I'd rather pick to help myself instead.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. And
I'm
so.
pretty sad. Pretty disappointed. And that's why I came back too, because my wife was just telling me, you know, go back because it's better. It's what's better for you, you know.
Mhm.
Like we're younger. She was with me when I was like 14 when I cut myself, and like
Uh-huh.
that wasn't really great.
Mhm.
I went to the hospital. They stitched me up, so that was it.
Wow. So is she your girlfriend or your wife?
No, she's my girlfriend.
Okay.
Right?
And so your girlfriend and your mom sound like they're pretty concerned about you then.
Yeah, they're the only ones that've been there like, for the longest.
Mhm.
I don't know. Everybody else is just like they're screwing me over.
Mhm.
That's the way it feels. And like I was pretty mad, and I've been mad all day. And
Mhm.
I'm usually happy, but
Really?
I'm not up right now.
Uh-huh.
So I guess that's it.
With all that's been going on, it's understandable that you're not very happy.
Mhm.
I don't know. My brother tells me it happened. Just get out of the hole.
Mhm.
It's not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah, it's not that easy.
I was going to school, but I had too many absences and they kicked me out.
Mhm.
I was going to Everest.
Mhm.
It didn't happen though. Because I don't have a car, I was taking the bus. And I would get there late, and the instructor would be like, "Well, you're too late. You know, you got to come. You know,
Mhm.
you can't come to this class period."
Wow. So you feel like even when you try to do something good or the right thing, something happens
Yeah.
and kind of mess it up.
And it's not like
Mhm.
it's not one of the times like I'm just like it happens and it happens over and over. It does happen, and it actually does happen.
Mhm.
And when I tell my girl, it's like she's like, "I can't help you," and I'm like, "I know you can't."
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm sorry for not looking up so much. But I'm
That's
just,
okay.
That's fine.
just been a bad day for me.
Mhm.
My friend got killed on my birthday actually.
Oh my goodness.
On April the 7th, he got killed at Gateway and Pecan Valley over there on the east side.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, since then, like,
Mhm.
he was one of my friends that I made money with, and everything went down. Like, I can't find a partner that will make money with
Mhm.
me like he did, and they shot him in the back.
Wow.
I don't know,
That must have been really hard.
kind of.
Yeah, it sounds like it's been hard
Yeah.
for you.
My girl's just really worried. She don't want me to harm myself. I'm not saying I am, but I'm just saying like she thinks that and I'm not like that no more because
Mhm.
I'm not gonna see my baby grow up.
Yeah. And how old is your baby?
Too.
Wow.
She started crying when I left her now because we left her with my mom.
Oh, okay. Wow. So you think even your 2-year-old kind of has an idea something may be going on?
Nah, I'm like. Like it's normal for me and my girlfriend to argue, but we don't do it in front of her. We don't
Oh,
argue
okay.
in front of my little girl because I'm
Mhm.
like how you say it? That's why I walk out. That's why I leave.
Mhm.
And like.
But you said you were holding 2 jobs. I find that really impressive because you've got your girlfriend, you've got your baby, and then you were able to hold 2 jobs?
I was never home though.
Okay.
Well, where she lives is not my home. My home is with my mom.
Okay.
Okay.
But I hold 2 jobs so I can pay my mom and my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Cause I gotta buy diapers, I
Mhm.
gotta buy wet wipes, I gotta buy lots of stuff for her, even her clothes.
Yeah.
She's growing, and
Mhm.
my mom, she needs food for the house and stuff like that.
Wow. So how long ago was it that you lost your jobs?
See, I lost my job last week,
Oh, okay.
and then I lost my second job. It wasn't today. It was like the day before.
Oh, okay. And what were you doing what were your jobs?
The one in the morning was landscaping. It was all day.
Uh-huh.
And the one at night was night plumbing, which people would have problems at night, which you go, it's everywhere in San Antonio.
Uh-huh.
Like, people have a problem in the middle of the night with their plumbing, because it does happen, and it happens often more than people think. And like,
Yeah.
it's just a big old mess in the middle of the night. And I was that plumber's helper, and since I didn't have a car, he doesn't want me.
Oh. So that's why you lost your job with the plumber, because you didn't have a car? Wow, that is a lot of stuff that you're dealing with, and no wonder you're feeling so, sounds like kind of overwhelmed, kind of like I'm in this hole and I don't really know what to do to get out, because there's so many things. And knowing that, what do you think would be most helpful to you to work on today?
I do not know. I'm lost. I just don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not broke, like,
Mhm.
because I have people that owe me, but it's just the point that I don't have a car to go get my money.
Yeah. So
Like,
you think if you had a car, then
yeah,
that would fix, like,
that would fix all my problems.
wow. And
I know I'm not a victim. I just know I'm just going through a lot of crap.
yeah,
'Cause it's
yeah.
I can't believe they took me here too. I was just like,
Why?
because I had another counselor before. I did have another
Oh,
counselor.
okay.
Because when I was younger, I went to like, they took me away from my mom, and we just went to a horrible place.
Wow.
And, like,
okay.
That lady got, she, when I was going to school and going to counseling at the same time, I got over whatever I had back then. I just, it's dealt with. I'm not even, it doesn't even bother me talking about it.
Mhm.
And like, I don't know how to say, like, when I got out of school, I didn't have no money, I didn't have a car, I didn't have nothing, and somehow I made it, and then I lost everything, and like, it's like, have you ever read the Bible about that dude Joe? What was it, Joe? I don't remember, but God took everything away, and like, he still praised in God, and like, right now, that's how I feel like that guy, and I'm just like, I hope God gives my stuff back. That's what I'm feeling right now. I've been sad all day. And
That's the rest of the team watching, and sometimes they have questions or things that they kind of are curious about, and they'll call in. And one thing they mentioned is they wanted to know, because they were kind of curious about, is with all of these things that you say you've got going on, how have you managed to do as well as you're doing?
I'm not giving up.
Not giving up.
Like, I don't know. I think because my uncle put it to me, like, if you got a will, there's a way, you know. And like, I don't stop trying, but
Yeah.
earlier I was actually breaking down and crying, and they took me here, and I still feel like crap, you know.
Yeah.
But like, I haven't broke down like that since I was little, and like, they were really worried about me. That's why they took me here.
Yeah. Yeah. But it sounds like you do keep trying, even when these things happen to you that, like you said, you lose everything and then you overcome it and you keep on and you work, and it sounds like you take care of your daughter and you take care of your mom, and so...
That's the only reason why I keep on going.
Yeah.
It's because of her, like... If it was just my girl, I'd be like, well, you know, she gives me more problems than I need, you know? I'd rather have my baby there. Like,
yeah.
My baby makes me happy more than anything. I smile even though I'm probably dying. She was right there.
You sound like a really responsible father.
I'm not a really great one. I know I'm not, because I'm not there all the time. Now I'm there all the time because I don't have a job, but I wasn't there. And I didn't take care of her. When she cries, she doesn't go to me. She goes to her mom because her mom's always there.
Yeah.
And it's not, like, I don't know, I guess I just don't want to quit because of my baby girl.
Yeah. And you don't sound like the type of person that's a quitter anyway.
I agree.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like that would even be something you could do.
I mean, it seems like everybody in your family thinks you're a strong-willed person.
And that you get on your feet by your own work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
It was
mean,
my mother that helped me the first time. I just
mhm,
today when I was crying in the middle of the parking lot, I was just like, "There's nothing I can do." I
Mhm.
felt like I can't. I still feel like that a little,
Yeah.
but it's like no matter how hard I tried, more money,
yeah,
and like he just screwed me.
Mhm.
Like I feel like crap.
yeah.
And the thing is, it's her brother.
Oh, well, that really changes things, doesn't it?
Oh man, that really made me mad because I wake up early to get a head
Mhm.
start, and it's just everything screws everything up, and
Mhm.
I'm not having it no more.
Yeah.
I just
Mhm. Wow.
yeah, that's really what I got to say. 'Cause
Mhm.
that's everything that's bothering me, almost everything.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of stuff, and that's why I'm still like wondering how, with all of that stuff, you were still even able to, even come back over here. I mean, you could have said, "Yeah, I'll be back," and then
Not show up.
but you still came back. That to me shows that you're the kind of person that doesn't quit and also is a responsible guy. If you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it.
Yeah, but I just don't want to act stupid in front of my daughter.
Yeah.
Because CPS really, they're really sensitive about having a whacked out dad. And I just don't want to be one of them whacked out dads. I'd rather have counseling or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still mad though. I'm still upset and I'm still,
Oh, it's
like I just can't get rid of the anger that he screwed me. That
So that's just sitting on your mind that this
my
is...
friends are the ones, the reasons why I got these problems.
Mhm.
I don't know, I'm just going to say this because this is what this person is making me mad about.
Okay.
How are you going to know, like, he's a drinker?
Mhm.
How are you gonna call me in the morning, like I'm the boss, and how are you gonna call me in the morning and tell me I didn't know that I was gonna have that much to drink?
Mhm.
If you know you're gonna work the next day. Like
Mhm.
that's what he told me, and I was like, are you serious? Are you coming to work, or are you just gonna stay there? Are you gonna you're fired, dude. You just sit. And like he's like, how are you gonna do this? I'm your brother. I'm like, how are you gonna do this to me? When I come to work. I just don't know what to do. Like if I fire him, he has 2 kids. I have 1.
Mhm.
If I fire him, she's gonna get mad at me, and I'm just, you know what? I can't help it. I don't know what to do. I would like y'all's opinion. Should I fire him? I don't know, cause that's one of my problems. Cause
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. Like it's just. I think I should, because that would be a good boss's decision, but be a brother-in-law decision would be no, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it's like a split down the middle, like I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I didn't go to work today, I actually came here. This is where they took me, and my
Mhm.
girlfriend told my mom, which I obey my mom's every word. She took me here,
Mhm.
and like, I just don't know what to do from here now.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you have an idea of what you should do, to me.
A little one, but like, I don't know.
Yeah. And that's why, I mean, I'm sure you've heard this before, where they say you shouldn't do business with family. And that's usually, I mean, we've all done it, don't get me
Yes.
wrong. I mean, we've all done it. And then we think, man, how do we get out of this now without, making so-and-so mad and hurting this person? And it can be hard. And so I can understand why you're having such a hard time with it. But like you said, you also have a child to take care of and raise, and that you want to make money for, and it sounds like you make pretty good decisions when it comes to those things. And knowing that you're a good decision maker and you're a responsible person, I think you are the best judge of what to do in that situation. And I think the reason you're having, and I could be wrong and you can always tell me, had such a hard time is because you've already kind of got a decision made. and you kind of know what might be the consequence or the result of,
I'm gonna
of your
argue if I
decision.
make my decision.
Yeah.
It's just things don't work out no more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I would ask for y'all if I would ask for y'all's like just give me feedback on this. That's all I want. Like,
Okay. That was the team, and they had a couple of questions, kind of some stuff that they were curious about because of things that you had mentioned, and one of them was because you seemed to be looking kind of for feedback and for advice, and they were just wondering if you could ask the friend who passed away for advice. What do you think he would tell you about what you're going through now?
and they tell me just ignore it and keep on going.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll kick it and play basketball or something.
Yeah.
That's what he would tell me.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess y'all know what y'all talking about, because that fool was a really close friend.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like it the way you talked about him, even though you talked about him just for a moment, you could tell that person was, that he was important and still is to, to a certain degree in your life.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's why they were kind of wondering if
You know,
you
my
could
friend
ask-
was a good guy. He didn't deserve to get shot.
Yeah.
Nose over his kid.
Oh,
Oh, that
probably makes it that much worse.
girl. That's why I'm all for my little girl.
Yeah.
So was he. That girl told him that his kid was his kid, but it really wasn't.
Oh.
And he was doing everything for that little baby.
Yeah.
He went over there to get her Easter basket, and the other guy was there, and he started fighting with him, and that guy shot him. So that's what happened. And I lost my one crew guy that was the best at what he did. He may have been slow, may have been, a little on the offside, but he was the coolest person out there. His name was Juan Pardo. One of the best friends I ever had. She would get jealous whenever I hang around him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she would be like, "You're hanging around Loon too much." That's his nickname. His nickname was Looney. Because he was off, he was a little off or whatever.
Yeah. And another thing, and that I was curious about too, because you mentioned it earlier about the cutting, that's kind of one of the things that your, I guess, mom and your girlfriend were worried about too, that you might do something like that. And you said you haven't done it in a long time. So how have you managed to stop doing that?
He started warming up a daughter to see my scars.
Okay.
Because
Wow.
if she cuts herself, that's like really, that would make me sad.
Yeah.
She grows up thinking it's okay,
Yeah.
So, like, she changed me a lot. Like I even saw her when she was getting born, and like that was the best thing I ever saw. I mean, it was pretty bloody and ugly and stuff like that, but.
So you've been involved from the very minute she came into this earth. Wow, that's amazing.
How exciting to see her grow.
Well, at this point, we usually take a break, and we go and we consult with the team, and then they'll give us feedback, and then we can come back and share that with you. Because that seems to be something that you're really interested in as well.
Yeah, that's
So-
what I kind of need, because
Uh-huh.
right now all my answers don't work. That's why. Even though from my own family I can't get feedback, they're like, they tell me the same thing, just keep on going. It's like,
And that's not very helpful to you right now?
it's not how it.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to go and consult with them, and then we'll come back here and we'll share that information with you. Okay?
Thank you for talking to me.
No, we'll be back. You really had a lot of feedback and a lot of things they wanted to say. And, first and foremost, that they understand that this has been a bad day for you, and you've got so many things going on that you've mentioned. You're talking about possibly firing your brother-in-law, and then the money issues, and then the loss of your friend, and it seems like you just had a lot of losses. So even though you may not agree with what the team's feedback is, we did want to share it with you, and that they feel that in spite of all that stuff, you have a lot going for you. They have a lot that they wanted to praise you for, in the sense that you're responsible, you put your daughter first and foremost, even though you've got all these things going on for yourself, that you worry about how other people are going to feel, even though you need to do what's right for you as well. Looking at your brother-in-law, even though you said he's been a bad employee, you're still concerned about him and his family. And so they were really just impressed with everything you're managing to do in spite of the losses. And they recognize that because it's been such a bad day, you may not see it that way right now, but
yeah, I understand now.
Yeah, but they wanted for us to share that with you, because they were just so impressed, and that they felt that you have a lot of things to really hold your head up high about, because you're able to still put your daughter first and take care of her and worry about all those things that a father does. Even though you say you can't be there, but you're still working to provide her diapers and food and clothes and all those things that are important to raise a healthy baby. So, I mean, it sounds like you have an idea of what you should be as a father, but you're doing those things by working and providing and trying to do the best, even with the situation as it is. So they were just really, impressed with how you want to set that good example for your daughter. And so they wanted to share that with you.
That's nice.
And to let you know that you do have a lot of things to hold your head up high about. And they also thought that reference that you made to Job, that really did fit with your situation, that his story was a story of perseverance, and that things got really, really bad, and he felt like the weight of the world was on him, but yet he persevered. And the road and the struggle was hard, but in the end, he came out on the
top.
Yeah, came out on top. And so they were like, wow, that really does sound like what Jose is going through today.
Yeah, 'cause I talked to my because after I left here, because they thought y'all were going to give me counseling when I came here.
Oh, okay.
And that's what they thought. And we left, and she took me to St. Jude's, and I talked to a priest. Everything's alright.
And so, did he say anything to you that was particularly helpful?
That just pray and God will help you. And if you're giving up, you let the devil win. And,
Does it help to get it off your chest?
Yeah, it actually helped me get off all this crap on my chest, because I can't tell my girl, oh, my problem. I can't tell her your brother's lazy. You can't cut grass. You don't have no skills. I can't tell her that. And I tell him, do it this way. It'll be faster and help you. And he's hard at it. You don't want to listen. You can't make. You can make the damn horse to walk, but you can't make him drink.
That's right.
But I just can't. I can't help myself if I don't have the right people to make it work. And I made me feel better doing this.
One thing the team had mentioned earlier, and that's kind of what I wanted to share with you before we wrap up for today, was having talked about your brother-in-law, you kind of, like I said, it sounded like you had already made a decision. So maybe the best thing for you to do at this point is just figure out the best way to talk to him that's going to make you feel okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Do it in a way that you think, you know what, I said what I had to say in the right way, you know, with respect and with kindness, and now that's the way it's going to be, and he'll have to deal with his feelings, but
Yeah, that's
you want
true.
to say it in a way where you feel, you know what, I did it the right way, I did it in the best way, and that's all you can do.
Right, because he didn't work out right.
Yeah.
But I don't have to feel bad about that.
No. But you can do it in a
Well,
way that says,
Well,
you know.
I don't know. I know I'm asking a stupid question, but like,
Mhm.
the point is I just don't want to feel bad about
Of course. But I don't know if
it.
that's
It's worth it.
if that's realistic. I mean, we all feel bad about everything, all kinds of things, but I think the way you can do it so that you don't feel as bad is you know, do it in a way that, like I think you've already suggested, kind of like a respectful way. Like you told us, and you've made a good case to us why you should fire him.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna have to.
That's
do
because
everything.
I was mad about it. When I was
Yeah.
mad, I'm just like, you just leave him, man.
Well, and now that maybe you're a little bit calmer and you've thought about it, you can do it in a way that it's more, I guess, professional, like an
It's right
employer
for you.
would do.
Yeah.
Okay, because you've got to take care of yourself.
Mhm.
Now let me know so that don't hire family. All right.
Well,
Thank you for talking with me. I really need this.
okay.
I should have said this in the beginning, but
Mhm.
since I was little, it's like a everyday thing to me. Like, I have a problem with it's not women. Like I got a problem with that. Like,
Mhm.
being like I feel comfortable talking with guys.
You feel better with guys?
Okay. So maybe if
Okay.
you came back, you would like a male counselor.
What would matter? What wasn't okay with y'all? Cause I was pretty mad and I let it all out,
Mhm.
and like it didn't matter. But
Okay.
I just don't know. Like that's why I can't look up at y'all. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's okay.
That's just the problem I had since I was with my sister.
So given that you're all going to go home and start a walk-in service, these are just some ideas to think about. So part of it, because this is a new paradigm for our professional colleagues, you know, who are used to organizing our practices around appointments. Okay? Not a new paradigm for clients. So making the case to your community is often more about making the case to your colleagues, because your community is going to like the idea. I can almost guarantee that.
Not your professional community.
Your community in general, I mean, yeah, right.
Your stakeholders, is that the word? I don't know.
Stakeholders, potential clients, other community resources. So how do you make a case? Well, so in what ways can a walk-in service be helpful, useful? They can eliminate or shorten wait lists, things we've talked about. For the clients, there's no red tape, you know, there's no wait. There's no meetings to go to before you can have a meeting. There's no major forms to fill out. The clients are likely, as we've said, to be highly motivated. It's likely to increase cost efficiency for services in general. And it's also, in terms of making that case, to be familiar with some of the research support, so you can answer questions about, well, does it work? How many clients, are satisfied or not? So to be able to comment on, address those kind of questions. If you're doing this as an agent, we're going to come back to like doing this in private practice because that's a
Okay.
question. If this is happening in an agency, so what are the options for staffing a walk-in service? Well, one is to, agency staff can do walk-in work as a part of their work. The agency would decide on a like when would the walk-in hours be? Okay, and in my experiences, agencies go anywhere from a few hours a week, like a half a day, to like in Calgary, 6 days a week of walk-in work. In that particular instance, they're open now from 11 every day, 11 to 7, except Saturdays is more like 9 to 3 or something like that. And they settled on 11 to 7 because they started keeping a record of when do more clients come and less clients come, and those seem to be the best time for client flow. Okay. You can use volunteers, and volunteers, there's a lot of people that will be interested in volunteering. It's interesting work. You can learn. It's collegial. Sometimes people volunteer because we actually did, we had a graduate student who actually did research for us in Calgary about part of a master's thesis. Why do people volunteer? One of the reasons they volunteer is because they're sitting around with it's a team kind of thing, and they're sitting around with other mental health professionals, other volunteers, and what's happening as they're sitting around? Well, they're learning about stuff in their community. They learn about job openings. They learn about opportunities and whatnot. So it's a way of connecting, networking.
Networking, yeah.
Yeah. They also like to volunteer because they learn a lot. This is true for student training as well. They learn a lot quickly. They learn a lot quickly because working in a team, they have these walk-in single sessions that you either yourself you see, or you observe your other colleagues see, or you have conversations with your colleagues about a whole lot of clients presenting with a whole lot of different issues. So you learn a lot about working with a lot of different things quickly. So that's another reason why volunteers are interested. It's a reason why students are interested in this as part of their training or as part of their licensing process.
Right, so if you have an agency, open that agency up to be a practicum training site and staff your walk-in clinic with the practicum students and a professional supervisor to get started, or people that are working on their LPC license or their AAMFT license and they need that postgraduate supervision experience. Those are excellent people to put to work in a walk-in clinic.
So why would therapists, if you want to, like if you have, like a practice with some colleagues, you're thinking about doing some walk-in work, or you're at an agency and you're looking at why, what would interest other therapists in doing this? We've talked about much of this. The clients tend to be motivated. Satisfied clients mean satisfied therapists. So we're talking about 90% and more satisfaction rates based on the research. It's the opportunity.
And it's immediate reinforcement, right? You don't have to wait
right.
2 years for the client to say, Dr. Slive, you were so helpful. You get that at the end of the hour.
Yeah. It's the opportunity to work collaboratively. We talked about the learning, and it's minimal paperwork and follow-up. So typically a walk-in service, the ones that I've been involved with, there's a template developed for the session note after the session. When people get good at it, they can do their session notes in 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. So you see your client, you do your session note, you're done. That's it.
We've incorporated in our clinic Duncan and Miller's outcome assessment forms. There's an outcome rating scale that we give clients at the beginning. There's a session rating scale at the end. Each one of those takes about 1 minute, and that's all folded into the walk-in single session assessment. So you get feedback from about how people are doing and how you did. I think we've talked about all of those. What do you call it?
Yeah, this was an interesting thing, because for one thing, that term, counseling versus therapy. I think of what we do as walk-in therapy. We had a community task force in Calgary that advised us on a variety of things about the startup of this service in the months before we opened. They helped us to decide on things like the hours of operation, et cetera, and giving it a name. And one of the things they advised us is that it's better to use the word counseling because it sounds less intimidating than therapy. So we've typically referred to it as walk-in counseling. There are some people that make a distinction between counseling is this, therapy is that. It's not a distinction that I typically make. I think of them interchangeably. Thinking about that, is this single session, what do you call it? Do you call it single session therapy? Brief therapy, there was the NIACA.
Yeah, so our colleague in Mexico City, the English translation of her clinic is like the Center for to provide counseling or therapy for people. But when she wanted to open this walk-in service, she floated the idea about calling it a single session therapy or single session counseling, and then tacking the sin cita previa, the without an appointment on the end. And her constituency said, no, Dr. Rodriguez, our problems are much too serious for single sessions. And she said, well, how about if we call it brief? And they said, yeah, brief is okay. And so it's the brief therapy without an appointment center now. And yet most people only come one time. So it made sense for her to consult with her constituency about what they thought that kind of a place should be called, because if she was going to call it single session, people wouldn't come, they said. Listen to your clients.
Okay.
So somewhere on there was something about advertising?
Yeah, promotion ideas. I mean, the best form of network, of promotion always is networking. Getting to know place agencies, fellow professionals, the business community, whatever. It's like the more networked you are, the more people are going to know about what you're up to. But there's also things like if you're connected with the schools in such a way, if you can, in Calgary, our agency had a close relationship with the school system. We could get the school system to send out flyers to every family in the school system, through their service. All we had to do was print the flyers, right? So things like that. Or using the school's email system, or many schools have web pages. Okay. If you can, talk a journalist into writing an article about what you're doing. PSA, public service announcements, especially if you're talking about a nonprofit. Radio stations are often interested in that. Notices on transportation site in Calgary, they have, there's buses, city buses, and of course it's a different climate there. And at the bus, I think there's some of that here too, but at bus stops, there's like this little sort of like a shelter thing with a bench, right? And places can advertise, businesses can advertise on those shelters. And they put an ad, they had to pay for this, they put an ad on one bus shelter and they did get overwhelmed. They got more people coming to see them that they ended up deciding to take down this ad. So that's kind of interesting, I think. Advertising in newspapers and various kinds of online resources.
Maybe we should talk Bernadette into taking out some ad space on one of the bus benches for a month and just see what happens in the clinic.
Now, linking walk-in services with other mental health services in your community. Again, in Calgary, we were closely linked with other counseling agencies. Other counseling agencies which had waiting lists would tell their clients, if they were on a waiting list, well, you can go to the Eastside Family Center, which in a way is a kind of competitive agency, but you can get a walk-in session there. But they trusted us to not try and steal their clients. We would address, somebody said, well, we're on a waiting list to be seen over at this place. The client would tell us, and they told us we could come here, and we would say something like, so how can we use our time today to help you to get a head start on the work that you're going to be doing over there?
Arnie came across an article a few years ago. It was in the New York Times, that there were therapists in New York City who specialized in providing services during August for the analysts who take a vacation in August, so they're not available to their clients. So the analysts make known that, well, here's Mary Tortoise. You can call Mary's office, and she can see you if you need to be seen while I'm out on Long Island for the summer. So you could even become, it's almost like a pet sitter, only you're a patient sitter, kind of.
The Eastside Family Center has a relationship with the hospital down the road. Well, they actually have a couple of psychiatric consultants that do some work in the walk-in service. And one of those psychiatrists has like a senior position at the hospital. I say the hospital, it's about maybe 2 miles up the road. And there's a relationship that's been developed over time such that if they become concerned about a client and think that client needs to go to an emergency room to be assessed for admission, that they can, with the permission of the client, they can call the triage person at the emergency room and get an expedited service for that client. So they don't have to wait for hours, as people sometimes do at an emergency room. The flip side of that is that the emergency room will see somebody who's come in for some mental health issue, decide this person doesn't need to be admitted, and they will say to that person, you could go down the road here and have a session of counseling. That you could go now. You don't have to wait. Whatever. So it's a two-way street. Okay. Organizationally, it's very important if you're talking about an organization starting a walk-in service that you get the buy-in at the highest levels. So at the Austin Child Guidance Center, that thing worked right from the beginning because the person who really wanted it to happen, fought for it to happen, was the executive director. Okay? You need the support of the immediate supervisors of the staff who are going to be providing the clinical service. Right? You want policies to be developed that are supportive of this. One sort of policy is to write into job descriptions of staff that one piece of your work it will be working in the walk-in service. Okay. I like to use the term clinical champion. You want, at an agency, you want at least one person who really buys into this idea, who's a champion for this concept, and who other colleagues in the agency can turn to for support, for advice, for encouragement. That person could be in a formal leadership position, but doesn't necessarily have to be. And all the therapists that are participating in service, they must embrace the idea that it's that single session mindset. It's not, they don't all have to work out of the same model, but they need to buy into the mindset. Preparation, usually it's helpful at the very beginning to have some kind of workshop experience for the staff who are just beginning to do this, something like this, what we're doing today. And then maybe to schedule some other follow-up meetings down the road because once people start to do it, they're going to develop some questions, and that that further meetings or workshops, they'll be able to take those questions to address. And one thing that's been helpful for a number of people who have started walk-in services, for example, Karen Young, when she was first hired to start a walk-in service in Ontario, one of the first things they did is they supported her to fly from Toronto to Calgary to spend a few days with the Eastside Family Center. So
you could see how it works, yeah.
Yeah. We have those people at the symposium, with the people from Sweden have reserved a day
to go visit the Eastside
at the Eastside Family Center. Yeah.
In agencies or clinics or even private practices, you could set aside time where not every case involved a team, but once in a while you work together as a team. You support one another, you can see good outcomes. So that's something that might not be a model in your agency or your private practice, but it might be something that you do just to kind of keep the blood flowing.
So say you have, you have an agency that's going to have offer walk-ins a half a day a week, and several staff members are going to set aside their Thursday afternoon for their walk-in service. And so all of those people have their schedule open waiting for walk-in clients. So the potential for them to figure out ways of working together on their cases is very high. They can, even if there's 3 sessions going on at the same time, sometimes they can even work things out so that they can time things to take their breaks at the same time and consult with each other.
So that's kind of what we've been talking about, huh? And we've mentioned that you need to have support, develop a support group. And it doesn't even have to be people that are working your agency. I mean, you could have a network of people around town that you met with or talked with about cases or the work that you're doing. Okay, so
private practice, just before,
how do we make a living?
What I've, the people that I know of who have done walk-ins as part of a private practice, what they have done is set aside whatever seems to work best, but a few hours at some point during the week, and let it be known through their networking, et cetera, that that's a time that they are available for clients who walk in. It doesn't need to be a whole lot of hours. It could also be, those hours could also be used for their ongoing clients. They can tell their clients, if something comes up between appointments, this is a time that you could walk in. The worst thing that happens if clients don't come, then you have some time to do paperwork, make phone calls, go to Starbucks and get a latte, whatever.
So some of you already set aside time during the week to do your paperwork, some of you do your own insurance billing, or you do paperwork, or you get caught up on case notes. So you've already set that time aside to do that, which is really boring, and that's the most unenjoyable part of your job. So if you think about Arnie's suggestion, If you do that every Friday from 1 to 5 anyway, and you told the community, if people want to walk in from 1 to 5, I'd be happy to see them, then if you got somebody coming in, great. It's a break from the boring paperwork. You make some money, and they leave, and you go back to the paperwork. So it gives you a way of filling some time that might otherwise be dead in your schedule.
In my own practice, I had lots of single sessions. Maybe that won't surprise you, but then again, most therapists do anyway, as we know.
Right, we know that to be true.
And I always looked at it when it turned out to be just seeing a client one time. I always thought of that as a success. I always think about it as a success because I'm still doing some private practice. And because if a client leaves at the end of one session feeling satisfied with what's happened, then that client is, first of all, the potential for that client to return at some point in the future is strong. Second of all, the potential for that client to spread the word about me as a therapist is strong. So it's part of promotion.
Yeah, there's nothing, I don't think Arnie or I would want to maintain that your whole practice be walk-in or that your whole practice be single session therapy. It's a supplement, it's another feature, it's another thing that you can offer to your clients, to your community. So I wouldn't advocate that you go back to your office and on Monday morning, throw away your appointment book and fire your appointment clerk and just put a sign on the door that says walk-ins welcome. That wouldn't be a good idea. But we think the opposite is just as true. Shutting your door and saying, I only see people by appointments, you're missing out on a segment. You're leaving money on the table. Does that make sense? You're not seeing people who might be willing to walk in, see you for a single session, hand you a check, and leave. You're missing an opportunity to see those people.